guys, it's Charlotte. Welcome back to the vlog. Today I have such an exciting video. I've spent the entire summer getting ready for this video and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So in today's video, I'm giving you guys a full Notion tour and showing you exactly how I organize my entire life with Notion. And I've made a template of my Notion for you guys that you can download for free in the description of this video if you want to follow along or make any of your own spreads or pages in your Notion. It's all free and it took quite a long time to make, so I would really appreciate if you guys enjoy this video that you leave a like on it for me and subscribe down below. I do love doing this. It's not sponsored. I just do it because I love it, but it does take a long time, so I really hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, so welcome to my Notion. We are on my homepage right now. This is kind of like my home base for everything. I've got my other pages linked on this page. This is where I track my goals, my daily habits, my daily to-do list. All of that stuff is on my homepage. So something you'll notice on every Notion page is you have this banner up top and this little icon. I like to set these to have something to do with the page itself. You'll see my banners will change for every page that I have to kind of match the vibe of the page. You'll see that later. And same thing with the icon. For my general homepage, I chose this cute little bright, happy aesthetic banner. It's just got things that I love, bright, happy images, flowers, plants, candles, all that stuff. And it says "Hello Sunshine," which I just love the sunshine, so I love that little quote. Put that on there. I custom make all of my Notion banners on Canva. I will also link a template to my Canva down below if you guys want to use the same banners that I do or make your own that are inspired by mine. I will link those in the description as well. And then for my icon for my homepage, I just chose this little potted plant emoji. I just love potted plants. I think they're so cute. If you guys saw my move out vlog, you know that plants were essential to that move out and they are also essential to my personality. So I love a good plant and I just think they're really aesthetic and cute. So I wanted to throw that in there. Then we have this little title, Charlotte's Notion, on the template that I made for you guys. It's almost exactly the same. We can click over to that here. You would just put your name in here. Obviously you can change the banner, change the emoji, and change all of these pictures and whatnot, but for right now, the template is the exact same as mine. So right underneath where it says Charlotte's Notion, we've got these 3 columns and they're kind of organized to be aesthetic and also functional. So we've got these nice little labels up at the top. One just has this little quote that says "Keep going." Underneath that, we've got this cute little picture of some plants and it says "Life is short, buy the plants." Again, plants are essential to my personality. If we go over to this column here, we have my August personal goals. I set these goals in my August reset vlog from the beginning of the month. So if you're interested in kind of hearing the reasoning behind why I have these goals for August, go check out that video. I will link it in the cards. And then underneath that, I have this picture of some pretty flowers just to match kind of like the pink aesthetic that we've got going on here. And then over here in this third column, we have shortcuts to my other pages in my Notion, which we are going to be going through shortly. And underneath that, I have this picture of a Starbucks with my flowers from my old apartment. I just thought it was cute, aesthetic, matched the vibe. All right, finally down here, we have my 6 daily habits underneath the picture of the plants. I also track these in my bullet journal, so I track these all over the place, but these are my 6 habits that I try to do every single day. They're pretty simple, but I don't know, I feel like they make for a good routine. And then underneath the picture of my Starbucks, we have my goals for my August social media, but directly underneath that, we have your weekly plan, which is for me where I list out everything I need to do for each day of the week. Monday through Sunday at the bottom, there's space to write in your to-do list for every single day. You can set the dates at the top and fill in the dates for each individual day as well. So that is a nice little overview of the homepage. It's just a really nice page to land on and get ready to go to any of your other pages that you have, which we are going to launch into now. So I'm just going to scroll down here to my pages column and click on the first one. You can click on any one, I'm just gonna go in order. So the first page that I have is my content planner. So obviously I work in social media full time, so I need a content planner to help figure out what videos I'm filming and all of that kind of stuff. If you guys aren't professionally working in social media, or you just don't take your social media as seriously, you might not need this page, but it's there for you if you want it. You can also turn it into whatever you want. So up at the top, we have this cute little pink themed banner. One of my prominent channel colors is pink, so I wanted this page to feel very pink and girly and kind of match my channel. And for the little emoji icon, I used a camera, obviously. And then we get into the actual page. So first things first, I have kind of like a weekly overview of everything I do on each day of the week. Again, it's organized very similar to my homepage with the 3 columns. We've got all the days of the week and then this little like inspiration picture on there as well. This is just a YouTube play button. I think this picture is very aesthetic, first of all, but I also would love to have a play button someday. So it's kind of like manifesting and being aesthetically pleasing at the same time. Underneath this, we have this cute little quote right here that I absolutely love. This says, "And remember, big things happen not all at once, but one step at a time," which I think is just such an important thing to keep in mind for everybody. All right, and then if we scroll down here, then we have this kind of like brainstorming planning page. I don't know exactly what this is, but this is kind of like my brain dump section of this page. Again, organized in 3 columns. I just think that's a really nice way to organize things. Notion pages are super wide, which is really nice, but most of the things that I'm writing in my Notion are short, like they don't take up an entire line of text. So splitting it up into 2 or 3 or 4 columns works really well for me. So over here on the left, we have my posting schedule. This is where I can check off what days I actually post on YouTube. This is YouTube specific posting schedule. Underneath that, I have my filming schedule. This is sort of similar to the section up at the top here, where it's more of a suggestion to keep myself on track. So I don't always do the best job following my filming schedule, but it's on there. I'm hoping one day I'll be better. In the second column, we have my August video ideas. This is just a brain dump of all the video ideas that I have for the month. Some of them don't get used. Some of them I use more than once, like a day in my life or a week in my life. It's just basically any idea that I have for a video goes on this list. And then underneath that, I have my September video ideas. I try to usually do them just like 1 month at a time, but like right now we're getting towards the end of August, so I need to roll into the next month. It all depends on how long and how far in advance I'm planning my videos. Then finally, in the third column, we have the list of potential sponsorships for the month. For August, we've got a couple exciting ones. They actually are probably going to move into September, but it's all good. Then down here below that, we've got my Instagram Reel and TikTok ideas. These honestly haven't changed in a long time. I'm trying to get better about uploading lifestyle content to my Instagram Reels and my TikTok, but it's been a little bit of a struggle. I have been not doing a great job posting on my Instagram Reels and my TikTok, but it's okay. It's all good. I will get better. And then I also have this little note down here just to remind myself that I'm dropping down to 1 video a week during the school year instead of 2, just because I've gotten so used to doing 2 videos a week for the summer. I don't want to forget that and try to do more than I am ready to do or that I have time to do during the school year. And then down here at the bottom, we have a list of my dream brand deals. This is always expanding, this is always growing, but this is just a short list of all the brands that I would love to work with at some point. And I'm lucky enough to already have worked with or be in the process of working with some of the brands on this list, which is insane to think, but I'm very grateful. So that's all thanks to you guys for allowing me to have this job. But that is it for the content planner. Again, this is probably something that I might use more than the average person, but it's on there. You can turn it into whatever you want. You can turn it into a weekly schedule or keep it as a content planner, whatever you're interested in. Okay, next we are going to go to the password bank, and I am of course showing the template version of this page because I love you guys a lot, but I'm not gonna give you my passwords. So up at the top, this banner is the one banner that I didn't make. I got this from a template that somebody else did doing this exact same style of video, and I just loved it. I thought it was really pretty. I love the aesthetic of it. And I love this quote, actually life is beautiful and I have time. And of course, it's the little key emoji for your passwords. I just think that's really cute. So I have split this up into a bunch of different categories for you guys so you can have one place to keep all your passwords. So we've got it in 3 different categories. You've got general, financial, and then your professional life. You could make that your school life, anything you want. Again, all of these are able to be changed, but this is just the way that I've set them up. Okay, so in general, you've got your personal stuff. That's kind of like your Google account, your YouTube account, like those kinds of things that are just sort of your personal things. Travel information, maybe you've got like flight points with a certain airline or your Uber information, anything like that. Your school information, that's like your school login or like your dining dollars account, anything for school. And then finally social media, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of that. And this is the format that I use where I write whatever platform it is and then my username and then a double slash and then my password, just so you always know exactly what you're looking for. So that's general. Then we'll move into financials. So you've got your general financials, maybe that's your Venmo account or your personal bank account or anything like that. And then you've got your professional financial information. So like for me, I put my affiliate link profiles in here, but you might put like your 401k or like your retirement plan or something. And then finally in professional life, this is where you would put your job information. So if you've got like a client portal for your job or you've got like an internal internet or something, that's where that would go. Maybe your work email goes here. That's just how I chose to organize mine. If you guys have different ideas, feel free to switch it up. That's the password bank. Next, we are moving on to probably the page that took me the longest time to make. We are moving on to my finance tracker. And again, I will be showing you guys the template version of this, so I'm not giving away anything too personal, but I absolutely love this page and I can't wait to show it to you guys. So up at the top, we have this really pretty banner. This is all like work and money and numbers themed. I think it is so cute and so aesthetic. And then for the little emoji icon, we chose the money emoji, or one of the money emojis. It's very fitting. So a quick little tour through here. Up at the top, we have this automated balance calculator. So I'll go through this kind of like briefly now, and then I'll show you how it works as I show you the rest of the page. But basically you input your own starting balance and then it calculates your income and your expenses based on some charts that are coming next. And then it'll automatically calculate your ending balance. I watched a tutorial on how to do this. I will link it in the description below because it was super helpful. But anyway, we've got a slot for all of these numbers for each month of the year. And then next to that, we've got this cute picture that says, "Women who invest in themselves go further." Just think that's really cute. Love it. Little play on words with like investing and whatnot. And then if we scroll down, this is where it gets really fun. So we've got 2 different spreadsheets here. We've got one for income and one for expenses. So one for money coming in and one for money going out. So I'm going to actually type some stuff in here to show you guys how this works because I think it is really cool. But they're set up basically exactly the same. I worked really hard to make this very user-friendly. Again, shout out to the person that did the tutorial I followed. But you've got all these tabs up here. There's one for every month of the year, and there's one called the Master Matrix, which will have everything. So you can see there's entries. They're all blank right now, but you'll fill them in as you go. And they're all labeled by month over here. So let's actually go through this. Let's click on January and let's work with round numbers. Let's say you have job 1 and you get paid $100. Then let's say you have another job 2, and you get paid another $100. And then let's say your birthday is in January, so birthday money, and let's say you get $50 for your birthday. So that's good for now, just for this example. We've got 3 sources of income. You write the amount in here that's just in US dollars. You can change it to whatever dollar amount you like. Next, we have this column called status. This is basically whether or not this has actually made it into your bank account. So most of the time that's gonna end up being this one deposited, but this doesn't actually affect anything. That's just kind of for your own mental tracking. Next, we have this category called made in. This is honestly, this makes a lot of sense to me, but you might not even want to do this. So the made in category is for money that you make in a month and then it doesn't get deposited until the next month. I get paid by YouTube. The money that I make in July, I don't get paid until the end of August. So let's say you made this money for job number 1 in December. That's just kind of a way to calculate and keep track in your mind. Then here you've got the date that it was deposited. Let's say it was deposited in January 11th, let's say. Or yeah, that's fine. And then there's a section here to take notes on anything if you need to. And then there's also tags over here that you can tag it to be anything you want. So at the end of the year, you can go through and filter by tags. That's kind of complicated. So if anyone has questions about that specifically, let me know in the comments or DM me and I can explain it, but I'm not gonna go into it right now. So there you have your 3 sources of income for January, and it calculates it all down here. So you've got sum of $250, which is exactly what we entered up here. And if you scroll back up to this top calculator, you can see that it automatically transferred $250 into your income slot. So it does it automatically. It's all linked, all of that stuff. Does it by computer magic. So let's say your starting balance was $100 in your bank account. At the beginning, January 1st, you had $100 in your bank account. If you made $100 and you had 0 expenses, then your ending balance ends up being $350. You guys can kind of see how it's working. Expenses is the exact same. You have your different expenses. Let's say you had to pay rent and your rent was $100. If you have credit cards, this is what this section is for. So you have your amount right here that you would put in if you're paying with like a debit card or a check or like PayPal or something. Then I also have this column over here called credit charges, which basically you enter the amount that you paid, but if you paid with a credit card. So it's not immediately getting taken out of your account if you're paying with a credit card. Again, it's getting complicated, so let's move on. Got status, you can do pending, paid, or if you paid with a credit card, I have a different section that you can do credit charge, but this one, we're just gonna say it was paid. The method that you used to pay for it, was it PayPal, a credit card, auto pay, or debit card? For simplicity's sake, let's say it was a debit card. You can say the day that it was paid on, and then there's a bunch of different categories that I've made that you can, again, it's like tagging what you did. So if you tag it as housing, because it's your rent, at the end of the year, you can go through and filter by your housing charges and see how much you spent on housing. And then over here, it's just telling you that this is the month of January. So you had a total of $100 of expenses for January. So if we scroll back up to the top, you can see January, you started with $100, you made $250 in income, you paid $100 in expenses, so you ended up with $250 in your bank account. So I hope that wasn't too technical. I hope that made sense and everything. I think this tracker is really cool. I think it's really easy to use. And I honestly, like, it makes me sound like such a nerd, but I kind of enjoy tracking my finances with this tracker. So I hope you guys can use this. Next, let's move on to the next page in my Notion. This is my job applications page. All right, here we are in my job applications page. This is kind of like your professional life if you're applying to internships, or if you're like me, like you're graduating this year and you're really nervous about applying to big girl jobs. This is where you can kind of track all that stuff. So true to form, up the top, we've got this really cute aesthetic banner that's all about like professional office, like working girl vibes. I think this is really cute, bright, happy, motivating, encouraging. And then for the little emoji, I made it a girl in a suit, just to match me, but again, you can make it whatever you want. First things first, on this page, I have this little affirmation. I tend to get raging imposter syndrome when it comes to applying for jobs and knowing my worth and asking for money for the work that I do. So I have this little affirmation up at the top that says, I am strong, capable, talented, and qualified for all the jobs I apply for. I am worthy of the progress I've made professionally. I am a valued team member. I am a valued coworker, and I am fully capable and worthy of working the job of my dreams. So that's just a little reminder if you're ever feeling kind of insecure or a little bit of imposter syndrome, like, don't worry, you got this. You're capable, you're talented, and you're not reaching too far, like, you got this. Underneath that, we have this little grid of all of your professional documents that you'll need to submit with a job application. So you've got your resume, your cover letter template. I have a portfolio because I'm working in a field where I need to produce content for my jobs, whether or not it's YouTube like this or if it's making videos for a brand or something like that. So I've got a portfolio. If you're in a different field, you might not need that. And then below those, I also have a writing sample and my media kit, which is specific to like YouTube, and they're just super easy to access right there. Next, underneath, again, we're going with the 3-column technique, tried and true, works for me. Over here on the left, we've got a list of my dream jobs. This is just really nice to keep track of for when I'm thinking about what jobs I want to apply for. That can get really stressful, really overwhelming, and you kind of think like, oh my god, do I even like what I'm doing? Like, am I applying for the right jobs? You can go back to this list and think of all of the different things that you wanted to be when you grew up. And then underneath, I've just got this aesthetic picture of a little home office sort of thing. Fits the theme, fits the aesthetic. Same thing with this picture here in the middle. She's a working girl. That's what I want to be. And then over on the side, we have a drop-down menu of your skills. This is really, really important to remember when you're applying to jobs. You want to market yourself and your skills. So we've broken this up into a bunch of different categories, and there's definitely overlap between these categories, but I made it as concise as I could. And then directly under that, this is all taken directly from a Notion template, so I can't take credit for this, but this is a tracker of all your applications that you have out right now. And all of this stuff is just, again, straight from the Notion template. I haven't even touched this part yet, but you've got a list of the company, what stage you're at, the position you're applying for, when the application is due, and you can attach your resume, your cover letter, all that stuff. Obviously add new ones as you apply to new jobs. And then down here, you've got different drafts of maybe your resume or your cover letter or your writing samples or anything that you want down there. Maybe you also have a section for notes on if you're at an interview or something and you need to remember names and you're really bad at remembering names like I am. Maybe you can take notes on who you talked to, what you talked about, all of that stuff. So I actually haven't used this page yet. It's kind of just been sitting there mocking me for the whole summer, but I will definitely be getting a lot of use out of this page very soon. Startlingly soon. All right, let's move on to a super fun page. I just finished making this actually this afternoon, and I am so excited to share it with you guys. This is the page I'm calling my recipe book. So this is where I keep a list of all of the recipes that I have for all the food that I know how to make. So up at the top, we have this super fun banner that's a bunch of different delicious looking foods, and I chose this little salad thing, I think, or the little emoji icon for this page. And then similar to the finance tracker, there's a bunch of different tabs and layouts for this list. So right here on the front, we've just got a list version of everything. You've got the name of the recipe or the food, the type, so like the type of meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snack. The difficulty ranked out of 5, where 1 is the easiest and 5 is the most difficult. And then a list of how long each recipe takes. And then there is a space also here at the end for a link if it's a recipe that I'm taking from the internet that I want to link. I have a space for that as well. So then we have them organized by meal here at the top, and these are organized to look the most aesthetically pleasing. They're in a gallery view, which basically means that you can see a picture of each recipe before you click on it. Just looks a little bit more fun, I guess. So I've got at least 2 recipes on here in the template for each meal. I will, of course, be adding more onto this list as I go, but I definitely wanted to have this before I move in for the school year. I'll be living off campus. I will not have a meal plan, so I will have to grocery shop all for myself, make all of my meals, all of that kind of stuff. So I really wanted a good handle on the food I know how to make and how to make it before I move in. So let's say for breakfast, for example, I wanted to make banana pancakes one day. I would just click on banana pancakes. It comes up as this little mini page, and again, has all the same information, the name, how long it takes, how difficult it is, and what meal it's for. And then if you scroll down, you have a list of ingredients and a list of directions. So I tried to make these directions easy to follow for you guys. Most of the recipes that are in here are just things that I already knew how to make that I didn't have like a recipe that I followed. I just kind of like learned how to make them, or I'd seen it on a TikTok or something. So I tried to make them super easy to follow. Then again, I wouldn't be taking recipe advice or too much recipe advice too seriously from me. I am not a chef. But that's breakfast. We've got banana pancakes, a breakfast sandwich recipe. We've got a page for lunch. We've got a page for dinner. And then we've got a page for snacks. The snacks one is kind of embarrassing because they're so simple, but anytime I'm hungry and I'm looking for a snack, I always forget all of the available snacks, and I'm like, oh, what's like easy to grab? So I figure if I had them listed out like this, even if they're super simple, like cut veggies and ranch, that would kind of prompt me to remember like, oh yeah, that's an option. Like you don't have to have potato chips, you can have cut veggies and ranch, or apples and peanut butter, or cheese and crackers. It just sounds super stupid, but like, I'm gonna try it out and see if that works. Oh my god, y'all, I'm sitting just no chair, no back support on my bed, and my spine is collapsing. All right, let's move on to the final page in my Notion. This is a workout program tracker. I did it for a Chloe Ting challenge. You guys can do it for whatever you want. It doesn't have to be exactly the way that I did mine. So up at the top, we've got the banner. Of course, you guys know the drill by now. We've got a bunch of different workout inspiration pictures, and I chose a sneaker as the little emoji icon. Then I have the title on mine. It was the Chloe Ting Summer Shred Challenge. On the template, I believe it's just workout tracker. So right here you've got your schedule. Again, mine was a 3-week challenge, so I've got 21 days here, but you can change this to be however many days you want. Then down below you have a notes section. Like for example, on my Chloe Ting page, I did little notes for how I felt after each day of the workout, and ended up taking up a lot of space because there were 21 days of the workout, but it made it really easy for me to remember how I felt on each day when I was making the video. Then you've got a space for before and after pictures and measurements, and on the template version, I made it super easy for you guys. I uploaded these pictures to tell you exactly what to put where if you want to. Obviously you don't have to, but if you want to, this is how I laid mine out. So it tells you which way to face, when to have your arms up versus down, and then there's also a space for you to put in your measurements. And that is everything that I currently have on my Notion. I use my Notion pretty much every day. I am always on this app, so I love it so much, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this Notion tour. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any suggestions for how to improve my Notion setup, or any suggestions for pages that I should add to my Notion. There are going to be a lot of pages that I'm planning on adding as the year comes to an end and as we start a new school year, so stay tuned for those. And if you guys do end up using the template down in the description, make sure you take a picture of what yours ends up looking like and sending it to me. I think it would be so fun that we'd all twin on our Notion templates, so definitely post those and tag me or send me a DM. Anything like that. I would love to hear from you guys. But that is going to be it for this Notion tour and this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long or tedious. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it for me down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got some super fun content coming up in the next few weeks, including my move-in vlog and my starting a new school year vlog, first day of classes video. So if you don't want to miss those super exciting videos, make sure you subscribe down below. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!